Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Bonnie Chambers podcast, where everything goes down. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you share this live because it may be interested in you. It may help you. Hello. How you all doing? Hey, can we talk? Hello. What's the Miriam Brazel? How are you? How are you? How are you? Hello. Cadillac, join us. Join us. This is about all father rights. I have someone who can help you with your situation if you have kids, or you may know somebody who have kids and paying child support, outrageous child support. This may help your sons, may help your fathers, may help some situations that you may turn into. So we're going to stay here, stay tuned, So I'm sorry I don't have on no makeup today. I am plain, but normally I have my wake up on board. Okay, let me see. Give me 1 second. But other than that, happy Saturday, everyone. Happy. Hello, Mr. Green. How are you today, sir?
How you doing? How you doing
I
there?
am doing good. First and foremost, I was letting everybody know that, this is about the father's rights. Fathers that need to take heed to what's going on with and how they can avoid the father's rights,
Um,
especially with child support.
it's really for like dedicated dads, faithful fathers is what I like to call them. Just gentlemen who hearts are in the right place, who really want to be accountable for their children, and I guide them through the courts. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a legal aid. I gotta say that for legal purposes. I'm a consultant, so I show fathers how to fill out the correct petitions. I show them how to avoid putting themselves on child support or how to reduce and eliminate their child support. Started this business 3.5, almost 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I have three mothers, uh, myself, three baby mothers, and I have legal custody of all three of my daughters. So,
Well, how did you get started? I mean, like, what made you get into the father rights and helping fathers to get out the payment of child support?
um, well, I ended up getting custody of my middle daughter first. My goal was to not have the same relationship with my middle daughter as my oldest daughter and her mother. Um, it was raising my oldest daughter, challenging, just seeing her, seeing her on her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And so um, I got my middle daughter first, and it wasn't as hard as I thought it was. So I went back and filed petitions and got custody of my oldest daughter. And then when I realized how easy it had gotten for me, I tested it out on my first cousin. So all my first cousins have custody of their children now. So I was like, once I got my cousin's custody, I was like, I think I can do this on a higher scale. So I just started going to the courthouse and just helping fathers. I was doing it just free at first, and fathers weren't showing up or they weren't keeping their word that they were going to meet me at the courthouse. So I started charging $50. I was like, I'll help you fill out your petition. $50. What I really wanted was to just fathers to know what it feels like to have your kid and not be paying a crazy amount of money for child support and just having those relationships where there's like no like boundaries in your relationship with your kid and your kid's mother. So
Right.
I,
I get it.
yeah, so I 4 years later, I've made a successful business. I helped 17 fathers in 2023 get custody of their kids and eliminate their child support. Um, as of yesterday, I helped my 34th father as of
Wow.
2024. For the most part, I pretty much feel this myself. I wake up, I go to the courthouses, Skokie, downtown Chicago, Will County, Lake County. I go to I just left New York helping a father last week. Next week I'll be in Maryland. I have three fathers in Wisconsin, two fathers in Iowa. So
Wow. 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 Because how long you been doing this? Almost about how many years now?
well, I've been helping fathers for about 3.5, 4 years, something around there. It was like rocky in the beginning, so it's hard to like really say. Uh, my cousins, obviously, I started with first. So 4 years, I started like helping other fathers, and then like once I got my cousins, I got my first cousins, all their kids, the males, all their kids, and then that's when I was like, all right, let me see if I can go to the courthouse and like help other fathers, and
Wow.
and that's my wife and God just have fueled me to create a successful business. This is my so if you see these billboard, these campaign signs around Chicago, it's me. There's no,
Yes, I have. I,
I have
it's all
a
around the Chicago area, especially on the south side. I did see a couple of few on the north side, but mainly on the south side.
yeah, I got about 100 campaign signs. I'm working on a billboard right now, and we have Facebook advertisement. But I pretty much do most of my meeting fathers directly at the courthouse, shaking hands.
Wow.
Hmm.
Because I know they'd be so impressed about the way you handle the court. Now, I know sometimes child support can be extreme, and I know they can be ridiculous,
Hmm.
but for those who need any advice or any, mentor
Hmm.
on how to get adjustment, where can they find you and how can they find you?
My website is Modern Parenting 2022. So spelled just like that, Modern Parenting 2022.com. My direct number, I give out my direct number is 773-901-0850. I work Sunday to Sunday, but I operate obviously on court hours Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, 8 to 4:30. Um, all social media platforms. It's under Blake Green. I also do stand up comedy, so it's under a lot of my social media is still under my comedic name Blake Green, but my born name is Brandon Collins. That's who I introduce myself to the fathers as. So any of those platforms, that's how you reach me.
Now, let's talk about the comedy part. Now, how long you been doing comedy? I mean, like you do so much for the fathers, but then you got the comedy going down, and you get it down back. Like the
I,
pitch, you said the first, the second, and the ending of that. So how did you decide to become a comedian before you start helping fathers, or after you start helping fathers?
um, it was kind of like one of those childhood dreams. I always knew when I was young that I liked making people laugh. And when I was in college, I came home and I was performing, or I was trying to perform at Jokes and Notes. And one of the comedians, M Dub, he was like, "Don't perform this week." He was like, "Just watch this week and then get on next week." And when I saw them rip that stage up, I was like, I got to get a piece of that. And that was 12 years ago, to be 13 years in January. Um, 13, maybe 14, I lose count. So It's been a while. It's been over a decade for sure. But just kind of just making people laugh growing up, and then just having the right mentors in the comedy game just guide me and encourage me and tell me where to go has allowed me to keep the momentum. So yeah.
Now, let me ask you this because I know you probably got a lot of people, especially with superstars. Some people don't like to call themselves celebrities, but you have a lot of these up named people that needed child support. Do they reach out to you? And I'm gonna use Tyrese as a prime example because I know just a couple of months ago he was saying out loud, to his fans and said, I need help. I need all the fathers to gather him. And because I think his baby mother or the mother of his children was trying to get more out of him and he didn't have much. So will you reach out to her, tell him, hey, this is what you do. So, I mean, what is the best
I,
thing for him?
I I don't reach out to fathers anymore. I used to really my first year doing this, first year and a half, I used to like chase fathers and try to convince them that like this is what you need, these is what you so I got overwhelmed and I don't want to do that anymore. So I when fathers reach out to me, that's when it's like the connection has been made, and then I'll follow up and follow through with fathers. Someone like Tyrese, I would send him an inbox, just letting them know that I could assist. But what I tell every father is that number one, baby mama drama does not go anywhere with a court order. It just gives you boundaries with your kids. It gives you access to your kids. I know I picked my kid up on Thursday and I dropped him off on Sunday. This my year for Thanksgiving. This my year for the birthday. Their next doctor appointment, I take them to the doctor. But baby mama drama comes with that still. I got 3 kids. I still got baby mama drama. So it's like that just don't go nowhere. But it's like as far as like what I do is what I do is I help fathers fill petitions out. I fill the petitions out correctly, crispy. I tell you exactly what to say. What it is the script is supposed to be a minute long. You're not supposed to talk longer than a minute in court. If you're talking for longer than a minute, you're rambling. So it's like the script is just for 1 minute. And not fathers, like my mother asked me, she says, how do you know who the good fathers are and who the bad fathers are? And I said, well, that's not for me to do. That's why
Right.
they're called judges. They judge character. So no matter how good it is and how well you speak in court, if you go in court and you act excuse the term, like a jackass, then
Right.
you got to understand this judge only sees you for 5 minutes. This is who he think you are. So yeah, he's less likely to give you custody of your children. But it's like if I tell you to say this, sometimes you don't get exactly what you want that day. That's why you motion and you go back for another day. And
Right.
I've had it happen to me. What it feels like is the court is attacking you, but what the courts do is they put you through loopholes. You got to take a mediation class, you got to take a parenting class, or you got to do mediation with your kid or kid's mother, or you got to do therapy with your. So it's just like it. It is a process. I didn't used to understand it. Now I understand it. And it's to make sure that if I give you all this rights to your child, that you are going to do well with it. So I do understand why the courts do it now, but it's
Right.
like I don't try to pick out who the good dads and the bad dads are. Like that's why they're paying them judges the big bucks. They're judges. They're supposed to be able to judge your character. That's not my goal. Is to show you how to correctly fill out the petition. So the petitions now versus when I was doing it a couple of years ago, it was just the petitions for just custody, and then there was petitions for child support. Well,
Right.
now how they do the petitions is they they don't make fathers sign up for child support, but when you don't know what you're doing, when you're filling out the petition, you sign yourself up for child support. So that's one of the perks of working with me. Is like I'll tell you like, hey, don't fill that paper out right there. That means child support. So like in court, it's not called child support. In court, it's called percentage. So that's what child support means in court. It's like you won't see like child support on like real court documents. It's all called percentage. So that's how they get fathers to like put themselves on child support. They changed a lot of the vernaculars, like what we use, like in the streets we call it custody, but in court it's not called custody. It's called parental allocation. So it's like if you don't know that, you'll fill out the wrong documents and put yourself on child support or won't get the right type of um, positive results that you're looking for.
Right. Because I noticed that when you and comedian Baldhead Phillips, you helped out. Don't want to put nobody business out there, but I was really, really listening to what you all was saying. I'm like, wow, this is, it gotten so deep. I'm like, man, women still do that, so
The child support in Illinois is the max is $2,200. They just changed it February 2nd, 2024. I used to pay 1,215 a couple of years ago. So
that's all.
I took myself off child support twice, and I sued child support in 2022 for 10,000. In 2023, I got awarded $9,100. I do all this myself. Nobody helped me. I have no attorney, no legal. This is just authentic me.
And it's legal and it's legitimate.
It's legal. It's legit. I don't need tricks. I don't need like sneakiness. I tell fathers, go to court and just be honest. The best thing you can be honest, like kid, because I'm a mechanic. My dad was a mechanic. I want to teach him how to be a mechanic. Or, I played basketball growing up. I want my son to play basketball. Or, my sister has a hard time with a relationship with her father. I don't want my daughter to have a hard time. I see that in this. So it's just like be honest about why you want your kid.
Period. That's it. So once again, everybody, this is Blake Green. He's the father's rights. He protects all fathers with their kids as long as you're doing good and doing right by your child. So I have to give it up to you because me and you had talked offline about this as well. Now, let me ask you this. Jamal Green, has he been, I know he been backing you up with the father's rights potential and everything. And what is his foretake about what you're doing?
He's actually the one who told me how to do it. He was the very first person that told me about 7 years ago that the law changed. I was at his house and I was frustrated going through court. My kid mom was like whooping me in court. She kept raising the child support. And I couldn't figure out why they were giving it to her, what she was doing. And Jamal, he was like, they changed the laws a couple months in Illinois for the father rights. You can go file a petition and get custody. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, if you go down there and file a petition, they'll give you custody. Now it is a little more in depth, more steps than just that. But for the most part, if you do file the correct petitions, Illinois has to grant you some sort of custody. Now, when I got custody, I had supervised visitation inside Panera Bread after me, my kid mom. So that's technically custody. It's an order written by a judge, but it's like obviously, you don't want supervised visitation. My current custody right now, I have 3 mothers. My 2 oldest, I have 7 days on, 7 days off, 7 days on, 7 days off. My youngest girl, I have majority custody. Her mother lives in another state. So I got like school year. Her mom has winter vacation, spring break, Thanksgiving break, summer vacation. So I don't recommend that. That is a really, really, really hard schedule. I don't care what nobody say. It is really, really hard to have your kid full time. I don't regret it, but I do tell fathers like full time or majority time is really, really hard. You got to give it up to mothers. You really just got to majority time raising children is really, really, really tough. So I got to give it up to the mothers for holding it down for centuries. We're just now, pushing forward, getting our kids. And I tell every father, they come, they be upset, I want full custody of my kid. I'm like, no, you don't, brother. If that's what you want to apply for, go ahead. But like, brother, you don't want full custody. Trust me. Mamas
Yeah,
don't even
because
want full custody.
well, I was a full-time mom of three, and I raised three of one of a kind. I mean, they all have different attitudes, different, like, mindsets of how they're thinking, raising. One went to work, the other one went to college, and now I got on high school. And so most of my kids are grown.
Mm-hmm.
My two sons, they grown. They fathers. My ex-husband, he was like in and out weekend dad.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't do much. I didn't put him on child support. He put himself on child support. And then my daughter, well, her father, I had to put him on child support
Mm-hmm.
because of the fact that was Aaliyah's father was not in her life. So, I couldn't do it by myself. Yeah, it's hard to do it by yourself, and especially as a working mom as that. So it's supposed to take two, but you got fathers out here that really don't want to do, and some that really want to be in the streets, and some that do. So it's very nuanced that fathers wants to be in their lives, but my timing with their timing was like really awkward because all of them like sports, and now sports, everybody knows it costs.
Big bucks. I'm figuring that out right now. Big. I just did my
you
big
know,
Nike camp. It was $380 for 5 days. I'm like, oh
we didn't get a
my.
chance to go boxing camp, but she did got a chance to do her, 12 years. Could have been pro, but she decided she wanted to go somewhere else. But I had a hard time. And her coach still, calls me and say, how's Aaliyah, check on her. Because her coach was like, I say, he's not, but he's not her father, but he's her godfather.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell her, that's your godfather. That's, even though that's your coach, that's your godfather because he did everything. He didn't have to do it. And I thank him for it every time. And I'm like, man, I wish I could be able to repay you, even now Aaliyah's in her senior year in high school. So it's like, wow, he does so much.
Mm-hmm.
He does so much, not
Those
only
are
with
our heroes in our communities who see the
exactly,
value in children,
exactly,
step in
and
and become that other parent. I wouldn't say a mother or father, just become that other parent in a child's life. And it really does take a village to raise a child, and it's hopefully you have the right village. So kudos
yeah,
to that brother on stepping in and helping you and guiding you with your babies.
yeah. It's like he's like very rare because you don't see too many of our kind helping parents out with their child, especially they even see the potentials that the child has.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been with her ever since Aaliyah was 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been helping me out with her. I didn't have to pay much, but I had to pay anyway, because that's all the things I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still everything that Aaliyah does, he's still by her side, by her side. I mean, every step of the way. And he told me, don't worry about her graduation. Everything's going to be covered. Hey, it's good to have people like that. But like I told him, you can do the graduation ceremony, far as like the graduation party, but everything else I can cover. If I need any help with her, he doesn't mind. And I'm like, man, why this could not be her dad? But it's her godfather. And I salute Coach Jesse all the step of the way because he been there.
The thing is, God got a plan, and I realized that. I used to be very embarrassed to say I got three baby mamas. Like it happened to me, but it's like I I don't know what the plan is, but I'm realizing that there was something bigger in play because me having that that you know three mothers. has helped me find my way to be able to help fathers get their kids. And so I just, you may, and I read something the other day that said that absent father isn't, or absent parent isn't always bad, because they take with them demons that they would have put on the kids. So it's like, so it's almost like you be thinking like, oh, they missed out, but it's like they probably dodged things that would have hindered them in life. So it's like,
Right.
so I'm never one to be like, a person should not take care of their kids, but sometimes you just gotta look at like the good that came out of a situation versus like,
Yeah.
your situation with that brother. So it's like,
Yeah.
of course, you probably want your biological, but family coming
Yeah.
out in different forms.
Exactly. And I don't know if anybody have any questions for the father rights or have any questions about what they, how do they get in contact with you? Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the ones that just got on here, this is Blake Green. He helps all fathers to get out of child support, literally get them out of there. And, more father rights we have to improve now because it's more motherless than it is for fathers because I see now a lot of fathers are stepping up to raise their kids and some of them aren't.
Very true. You can reach me on all platforms. Again, my name is Blake Green on all platforms. You can reach me on my website. It's Modern Parenting 2022, spelled just like that, just how it's spelled. It's Modern Parenting 2022.com. That's where you'll reach me at if you just want a consultation or you just want to talk about your situation. My personal is 773-901-0850. I answer the phone 24/7. I'm always available for father.
And salute to you. Keep doing what you're doing, Mr. Blake Green. Um,
Thank you
I'm
for
gonna go
inviting me
ahead.
on the show. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, no
Appreciate
problem,
it.
no problem. Anytime,
Appreciate as
I
much
always,
exposure as anybody will give me.
man, because we need that. Us mothers, and wait a minute, let me ask you this though. If the fathers put the mothers on child support, this is a question before we get on out of here. If the fathers put the mothers on child support, are you able to help them or not?
So, it's not really child support that my focus is not child support. My focus is custody. Custody gives you a relationship with the child. You can't get off child support if you don't have a relationship with your kid. So it's not even like a gender based, like if a mother needs my assistance, I help mothers. If a father needs my assistance, it's just usually fathers who reach out. So it's not so much I can show you how to eliminate your child support, but if you don't have any relationship with your documented relationship with your kid, the first thing the courts are gonna do is ask, well, how do you plan on taking care of the kid? You know what I mean? So it's like you can't just eliminate child support. That's just not realistic. You have to have something, some type of leverage to say, well, this is what I'm gonna contribute, you know, removing the child support. So it's like child support is only like a very child support is a very small aspect of what I do. It's more like custody. I like focus on like you getting children with their parent, more time with the parent the parent that they don't see the most. So equal time split.
Right.
When we align that, then child support just automatically does what it does. So it's just filing petitions.
Wow. Okay, so now we know men and women can get the help. It ain't so much the fathers, but mainly we pushing on the fathers because it's more fathers into with the child support and for the support of their support system, period, because they're not getting enough support system. So
Hmm.
as us mothers, we tear the men down because of the bitterness of what happened in the past, of what happened right now, so I just wanted to say thank you again for coming on my platform. I will be sharing this on my YouTube music, I mean on my YouTube page as well. So if you all have not looked at my YouTube channel, please go subscribe, hit that like button, and always remember positive mind, positive energy. Don't let nobody take your joy away from you because your character is who you are, and your character is your name, and your name is your thing. So I'm going to say this here. Thank you again.
Thank you.
I will be getting in contact with you even more. So, hey, oh my godfather Silver Fox on here. He said, if you never heard of MC Silver Fox, that's like, I want to say Fantastic Five, Furious Five. You know, I always say it, get it wrong, but my godfather said, you know what you're trying to say. I know. So that's my godfather, Silver Fox, everybody. Make sure y'all look up with Silver Fox. He got new music coming out as well, and he is very strong about father's rights as well. So, you know, he's very strong about it. When I say very strong about it, he's old school. That's the 1970s
Excuse me.
syndrome. When remember when fathers used to teach kids how to rap or fishing, everything. You know, that's my godfather. That's some headline Mr. Silver Fox.
I'm gonna let you
So,
go because I'm dying on. I don't want to die
yes,
on your
I
live.
see you over there coughing. Get you some agua,
It's allergies. I'm going
H2O.
crazy over here. All right,
All
thank you
righty,
so
because
much.
it's the sinus. So yes, drain it out, clear it out, and we'll get a chance to
All
talk.
right, talk to you soon.
All righty,
Bye bye.
same here. Bye bye. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to say thank you guys for coming on here. My Godfather Silver Fox, it's a blessing and a treat and an honor that you are on here. Hello, everybody. Tasha Robinson, one. How are you, beautiful? Hey, Diva to the Mets. Oh my goodness, everybody is on here. I missed you guys. Hey, Jamal, the fingers. Look, Jamal, soon as I get around to it, I suppose I have surgery soon. It's a major surgery, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm just letting you all know right here, right now. I am having surgery, so I'll be offline for a minute or two. I will be posting up. And thank you again, Blake. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody that is Blake Green. Blake Green, guys. So if you all do the honors to do me a favor, Blake Green is the person that you really, if you all having problems with child support or seeing your kids, go follow him. I just pinned his comment. There we go. I just pinned his comment. So yes, the father's rights. Every man needs to see their children. Every man needs have every right to be around that child, regardless of way what you're doing in life. I don't care if the female is doing God knows what. But guess what? That father, that child that you had a baby by, is still that child's father. So stop, ladies. Stop with the nagging, the bitterness. Oh, my child can't not see his father. I don't want my child around here. That's not your choice. Because that man has a choice too. And if you don't want to go to court, that man should see that child. And he can take you to court. He can take you to court. Just go and add Blank Green, and he will tell you about it. You know, thank you, Jamal, for the prayers. Yes, I am nervous. I am being a nervous wreck, but I don't let that to get the best of me because I know I had surgeries before, but this is one of the mainest surgery that I will have to have. But I am I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. I'm here. I'm going to be time in with you guys, but I'm not going to post anything while I'm in the hospital. But once I'm out the hospital, then yeah, I post everything up about it, you know. But just keep me in your prayers. That's all I can say. But I am here. I'm wealthy right now. For time being, just for the time being. So, I guess I will let you guys go. Tasha Robinson, me and you gotta talk a little bit later, baby, because I know about you and everything. So, when we get a chance, once after this is my ending of my season 3, guys. I just ended it as of today. So we're going to season 4 on Monday. And hopefully I will have the beautiful voice of Tasha Roberson. So always remember, positive mind, positive energy. Hey, Stevie J, I see you, boo. And don't let nobody take your joy away from you. Because who you are, you're saving your name and your brand is who you are. And that's your name. I am Bonnie Chambers. I'm about to get ready to go. I love you guys. I love you. And I will talk to you guys a little bit on Monday. Because I just ended season 3. Yay! So, I will talk to you guys on Monday.